Hi, this is my testimony. I'm not a social media person. I don't talk on social media. I quite literally don't like it at all. But God has called me to tell my testimony. So here I am. Basically, as a child, I experienced things that a child shouldn't have to experience. I just basically was not treated properly as a child. I told family members, my family members, they basically brushed it under the rug. They didn't care. And what I got out of it at the time, they didn't care. I basically just didn't know what love was. I basically feel like I was abandoned, even though I lived in my household, had two parents. I just built a wall up for myself, and I didn't really feel like I knew what love was. So I just would mess with guys and, basically let them do whatever to a certain extent. And just basically, I dealt with stuff that was never my portion, that I just stayed in things because I just wanted to feel loved, even if it cost me my peace, my sanity. Like, I just stayed in situations that wasn't for me, that situations that God never had for me. I just settled basically my whole entire life. I just settled. I built up a wall, that like a defense mechanism to protect myself from the world. Like, I just always kept myself from the world. I didn't really go out much. I just stayed in the house for most of my life, and just never really did anything or went anywhere. But God just never left my side. He always just made a way out of no way. He just basically always spoke to me. I don't know, I just feel like I'm his favorite. I just feel like that's just what it is. So basically, I'm saying all this to say that you don't know what your parents have experienced, and you don't know what they went through in life to why they show up as the parent that they do to this day. And you don't know what happened to them, and you don't know how their parents treated them. Like, you just don't know your generational background to just basically, you just don't know. You don't know what your parents went through, and that doesn't give them an excuse or okay to have treated you poorly or properly because of their childhood trauma. But when people don't have God, they move different. So basically, all this, I'm saying this to say, is you have to forgive people for you. You have to love God's people no matter what they have done to you. You just gotta let go and let God do the work in them and do the work in you too. Because most of the times, forgiving someone is for you. You just feel lighter, like you just open your heart and you let God in, and He shows you who you were meant to be all along. Like, you're just a better person when you let God in. Not saying that you have to fully, let them into your personal space or whatever the case may be, but you gotta love God people the same way He loves us. You have to forgive God's people the same way that He forgives us, because you don't know. And you don't know if your parents showed up as the best them that they could. You just don't know what people go through or how they show up in the world. You don't know. That's why you have to love God's people no matter what it may look like, no matter what you go through, you love. You love and you forgive, and you give them people to God. You let go and you let God for you, so that he can do a work in you, so that you can just show up as a better you, who he always created you to be. So you let go and you give them people to God. You pray for them, because you don't know what they've been through. You show up as your best self. You do the best that you can do. Even if you have to love a person from a distance, you do that, but you forgive them for you. You let go of the bitterness, the trauma, the hurt, the pain. You have to let that go. You gotta let it go, and you have to let God.